In this video, we just fantastic. Let's just get into it. Hello, YouTube. Axiom Ant here once again, and boy, was that a trailer! The Fantastic Four trailer just dropped this morning, local to me. It was at 7 a.m. I usually wake up earlier than that, between 6:30 and 6:45 a.m. I have a elementary school, my little girl that I have to wake up and make lunch for every morning. So I was up well before the trailer dropped. Did not know that there was going to be an official countdown. I'll put a link in the description so you're not having to search for it. I mean, this trailer is all over the internet. It's all over the TikToks and the Twitters. Uh, so if you can't find it for whatever reason, I'll still include it in the description. I'll put a link not only to the trailer, but also to the countdown to the trailer. Why is that important or cool? Because the countdown was made in the fashion of like a real life launch by NASA in the 60s. As you can tell from the comic book that I posted here, that I have displayed, the time period that this movie is taking place, this is not news, this is already known, is in the 60s. Now, how they're going to tie that into the overall MCU, well, we have yet to see. I picked this book up at cover price, and I'm pretty sure it's going to jump up. This was well before any of us knew that the movie was going to be a period piece, and they just happened to title it Fantastic Four: The Story or Life Story, the 60s. Wow. Okay. Or maybe they did know. Who knows, right? But as far as the trailer itself, that countdown, the way they just did kind of mission control, so cool. They did a live broadcast where they interviewed the cast very briefly. They did a whole countdown from 10 all the way down to 0, and then like a launch, and they literally launched the trailer. Epic. Great job, Marvel Studios, on just the presentation alone, on the way you guys did it, as far as like for the crowd, for the fans. That countdown was amazing. But let's get into the actual trailer. Let's go. So the Fantastic Four trailer has been a long time coming. Anybody that's been watching the MCU, and maybe even deeper than that, someone like me who's just really into the comic books, the storylines, not just the cinematic universe, which there's nothing wrong if you're just into the cinematic universe, but I am obviously a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole if you haven't figured that out by now. So this is a long time coming. I personally love the older films that came out in the early 2000s. They're a little cheesy, a little campy. I love them. I actually love them. I got into a discussion about that with my friend Locks about how those are forgotten favorites, and I really dug the costumes, the just the way the Silver Surfer looked in part two. Just everything about them reeked of Fantastic Four goodness. But this trailer here, this trailer, the music, I loved the musical score, that kind of haunting, it was almost a horror esque. It just had like the chanting, it was almost like I don't know, like one of these intense thriller horror films, which is very, I don't know, it has me on edge in a good way. It's like, okay, what's gonna happen here? And because the music starts off that way, one of the very first shots that you see is the Thing. This man, this monster, he looks just like the comic book. It's so cool. Don't get me wrong. I've loved other iterations, even if the films weren't good in anyone's opinion. The one I forget the actors that are in it, but the dude from Whiplash, that one, the one that was kind of made fun of him to this day. um, Miles Teller. Well, the Thing looked like the Thing, but it was just weird. They try to make him too realistic, and which is why I always liked the original movies, because the Thing actually looked like the Thing when he rubbed his fingers together. you got the sound of rock to it, right? So it was so cool, even if it didn't really look like the Thing. But this one looks like the Thing. Oh my god, it's so dope. What I saw, it's the eyebrow. It's that eyebrow, that just iconic Thing eyebrow that he has, and him tasting the little, the little whatever he was tasting by Herbie. Herbie's in it. He's just, oh my god, and you can hear the Rock when he's like tasting the pasta sauce or whatever it is. You can hear the sound of rock against rock. Oh my God, what a nice touch! That's one of my favorite things of the original movies, is that sound, because you could hear rock rubbing against rock, and you heard it right away. This is like a little pet peeve of mine. Well, I wouldn't call it a pet peeve because I actually like it. So the opposite of that, whatever that may be called, and they included it. Oh man, that was awesome. Susan Storm, her effect, I like that. It's almost like they used mirrors. I know they're not practical effects. There's a lot of CGI. Anybody that complains about CGI in a superhero film, I'm sorry, brothers and sisters, but I am not with you. How else do you make these movies? Of course, they're going to be loaded with CGI. So I'm on board. I don't care about. Is there an oversaturation of CGI sometimes? Sure, sure. Can they, go away from that and use some more practical effects at times? Of course, there's nuances there and there's ups and downs to it. But honestly, like, the Thing as a CGI Herbie, I mean, you have to go that route. And why wouldn't you? With Susan Storm, with her power of invisibility and the force fields, like the way it looks, almost like a wave of light, almost like a mirror effect, was so cool. I had to keep rewinding the couple seconds where they showed it. Um, and I think the talk of the town is going to be Johnny Storm. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. I mean, his scenes of Flame On and flying through the city of New York just looks epic. It looks legendary. And the coup de grace is this guy right here. Come on. Who? I mean, I was like, ah, ah! The audio's gonna get all messed up on that one. And I was like, no, no, ah! I mean, I practically yelled when I saw the head pop up. I've heard some commentary online about why he's supposed to be a lot bigger. Yes, but we haven't seen the whole film. This is just a teaser trailer, so we don't know what's going to happen with that and how that's all going to work out. So, to anybody out there naysaying, I get it. It's the internet. What's the internet without some good naysaying and negative Nellies, right? It's just kind of the nature of the beast. But to those people, I do say, come on, we've been around this. This is not our first rodeo. We've done this over and over and over, and we have to wait for the film to come out to really be the judge of the entire thing. And but of course, it does provide with some banter and just general conversation. So yeah, I mean, let's bring it all, right? Whether it's positive and negative, as long as it's constructive, and nobody starts going down that path of just, okay, now you're just being a dick. Why didn't I just say that out loud? Well, yeah, that trailer was missing, of course, Mr. Doctor Doom. However, we have been told that one of the Avengers movies is going to be called Doom. So, okay, I can. We got Galactus. I'm okay with no footage of Silver Surfer, no footage of Doctor Doom. I am 100% okay with that, especially on a teaser. And when we got everyone, another key thing I wanted to point out: there was no Mr. Fantastic stretching. We didn't see his power. I don't know if maybe that's because we already saw it in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, and we've kind of seen him use a power, but we didn't see it in the trailer from Reed Richards. The Baxter Building looks cool. The aesthetic of this film, even the rocket, the scene where the rocket's shooting up into the stratosphere, that rocket is so like just screams of 60s. Of course, the logo does as well. Everything screams of the 60s and that era in US history. The Rockets, the feel, the look. I love it. I love this iteration of the costumes because they go through several costume changes. It's nice to see yet another different costume, for us to oogle at. Like, yes. But so many things to unravel. There's going to be other YouTubers that actually break this down bit by bit. I am just simply reacting to it. I'm on board. Marvel is back with the new Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series. The Daredevil Born Again coming out here. We have Captain America on the chopping block for these eyes coming up in less than 2 weeks. I mean, there's a little bit of controversy on the Captain America, but we won't get into that here. This is all about the Fantastic Four, baby. And I am here to say that Marvel is back. I've not been a big fan of the recent phases. A lot of the content, they've been okay, mediocre at best sometimes. It is what it is. That's a whole other set of videos that I'll do. But for now, Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family is back, baby. That's it for this video. As always, collect what you love what you collect, and I'll see you guys in the next one.